Okay, I only realized what I was supposed to do. It's so simple. Just talk to this guy twice, and that's it. Hey guys, it's Gum here, and we are back with more Sonic 06. The last time we ran into, I was being a big fool and made that side mission a lot harder than a normal way would be. When all you have to do is just talk to that same guy twice during the mission.
That was incredible.
And we did Dusty Desert and fought Silver. But this time we're going to be continuing on with the story and going after Elise. Once again. Because this trend repeats a couple times. It's almost like it's a Mario situation where Mario rescues the princess and then goes off to another castle. But enough of that. We got through that very quickly. I basically looked up what we should do. Then where's Tails if he's talking? Anyway, now we're going on to the second hub world, which is in the big city part of it. So we have to meet up with Knuckles. So let's get on that. So we're in a new hub world here. This one's kind of cool. It's in like a more city-ish area, a more city, like big city area. Even though it's not, well, kind of as big. Well, like it has like roads and sidewalks to walk on. And the item shop, the upgrade shop is here. Each part of the hub world has it. Has one of these here when the game's laggy. But no problem. And there was a glitch you can do with this container here where if you spin kick on the right spot here, oops, I held it. You can just send this thing going up. Oh god. Well, that's one thing you can do with it. So we need to head to Knuckles, which luckily it's over here. And we have to battle at the warehouse. So that's something we have to do here. Good. Something I meant to say before, but I completely forgot, was that when I was originally planning on doing this, gonna try to do this on the Series X, and since couldn't and had to switch to this, I was also gonna try to ask my friend Zach if I could use an account, since this game does not have a new game or multiple save option or multiple save files, which is kind of sad. But since I had multiple accounts on here on these Xbox 360, well, not personal accounts that I use myself, but other accounts that other people have used, and some that aren't Xbox Live related, and so I just used this instead, that one that didn't have a save file, completed a save on it, that was pretty much brand new. So that's what I did, and I would have asked my friend Zach, but I don't know if he would have let me, but probably would have. Plus he hasn't really been on much lately, so there's that too. Who even know? Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter. I was also going to say, so Zach, if you're watching this, what would have you said if I did ask you if I could borrow your account for this? Even though I don't think you'll ever watch this. Well, maybe one day. Hey, so this should be the last enemy, and I guess not. Alright, I'm trying to look in the... Yeah, there we go. The red dots on the map are the enemies you have to defeat. Alright. And there was a weak spot to this guy where he can do double damage, but yeah, like that out there. But it's hitboxing is kind of hard to hit, so you oftentimes won't get it. Can't believe I made it this far without getting a B rank yet. It's kind of crazy. Because I didn't expect to do so kind of flawlessly on getting A ranks and S ranks. But I don't know, that just seems kind of crazy to me so far. But what's not crazy is that we don't have a load screen for this next cutscene here. I say that as there is one because we're loading back into the hub world. And there's Knuckles and Tails right in front of us.
Knuckles. I saw Eggman on the outskirts of the city. He wanted me to give this to you. Sonic the Hedgehog. If you want me to return the princess, you must give me your Chaos Emerald. Meet me at my base in White Acropolis. He's pretty cocky.
It's most definitely a trap. I don't think Eggman will honor his agreement.
I'm going.
Sonic?
Since Eggman went to the trouble of telling me where Elise is, I think I should thank him personally.
Sure, that seems like a good idea. Thank him personally. But who knows if that's a good idea or not, but we do have another stage that we're going to be doing, which is White Acropolis, and we have Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles with Coles. So we have the Sonic Heroes together here. So that's cool. Of course I didn't need to say Sonic's name because we're playing as Sonic, I should have just said, and we have Tails and Knuckles with us. So luckily I know where the White Acropolis is, and yeah, if we get too far away, your partners just catch up with us here. Yeah, so it is kind of like in the Sonic Heroes formation because it was kind of like that triangle thing. But yeah, it's because Tails is going into his Tails flying form like that, which was kind of why he was doing that. And now we have another mission here to open the cave entrance, the cave gate. This is kind of one part I kind of wish they did do, which they probably could have done, but they didn't. Was make it to where whatever player you're with and that runs alongside you can actually help you attack. Because even with all these enemies here, this wasn't that many to defeat. Say that as more spawn in. And there we go. Oh no, wait, there's more. Because why not just have Sonic and having Knuckles and Tails help us? But no, they don't help. But instead they just stand around and follow Sonic wherever he goes. Would have been kind of cool if they did that. Or even cooler that you could actually switch to them. But they didn't do any of that. Yeah, then again, it would kind of be like a mix of like Lego Star Wars / Shrek 2 the video game. Well, in Shrek 2, whenever you fought in a video game, whenever you fought enemies, the other players that were following you would help you fight. But in this case, it's kind of like the Lego Star Wars video game to where they just kind of follow you and don't really shoot much or do much. And yeah, there is a secret room right in here, and another medal. So pretty cool. Pretty nice little hidden room here, and there's nothing on the other side, just a door over there. But let's head into the White Acropolis. So infiltrate Eggman's base. Another thing I wanted to mention about Eggman's design here I'll get into that in a second, because first off, we're getting introduced to something here, and that is snowboarding, but this doesn't control anything like the adventure games. I did, but it didn't work. But anyway, snowboarding physics here, where as long as you hold forward, you automatically go that direction. You can even go back up the mountain if you can turn around And this is really a good stage, can be a stage where centering the camera behind you can really help. Especially when you're on the snowboarding section, because if you turn like left or right here, you can kind of get locked up a bit. So like centering the camera, that can kind of fix that. And I gotta say, this music here is pretty great. You just one of the only few tracks that I really come back and listen to. And luckily, whenever you hit an object here, you just you just flip over like that and don't do damage. But hitting enemies and spike balls will do a trick, and you can grind on rails, but it's just very hard. You have to be very precise to grind on them. And that's something we don't really do much. But as I out snowboard this avalanche here, take a listen to the music. It has a nice little catchy. The music has a kind of nice little catchy beat to it, and whenever the camera goes faces in front of Sonic, I recommend letting go of the stick there, or when it turns around to behind him again, I recommend just letting go of the stick so that you keep going forward. That's my best tip for that part, and you can even sometimes end up behind the avalanche. But I've done that enough to where I pretty much know how to get ahead of the avalanche. And the only thing what I was gonna say now before, what was that? The Eggman's design in this game. Part of me kind of wonders if for the Sonic movie that came out last year in 2020. Part of me kind of wonders that they were going for using Eggman's design in this game as like an inspiration for what they think a realistic looking Eggman would look like. I don't know, that's my guess anyways, because like about a year ago, there was like this early piece of concept of footage of what the old design looked like, which kind of looks something straight out of an old computer game thing, but yeah, it looks kind of creepy but weird. But Eggman did that design in that early footage. He definitely looks more like kind of similar to his design in 06 here. Maybe it was just me, but that's what I thought whenever I saw it. And don't get spotted by spotlights, otherwise more enemies will come. Yeah, I already triggered the switch. But the idea is that you're supposed to trigger that dialogue before you hit the switch. So there's that, and there's Tails. Listen, one thing that kind of don't get, because like when we were in the hub world, you saw that like Tails and Knuckles were actually keeping up with Sonic, matching Sonic's top speed. But and Tails' top speed here is this. It's slower than Sonic's, obviously, because Sonic's the fastest thing alive. But come on, you're seeing Tails about as fast as Sonic, so just as fast as Sonic. Same with Knuckles. Even though he is technically faster on foot than Tails is. What I mean on foot is when they're on the ground, is what I mean. So part of me kind of wonders, why not just have everyone at the same speed, but just tweak it like a tiny bit? Like, the slowest speed should be like Tails' speed right here. But honestly, I don't know why they didn't implement it. They just probably didn't have time. But yeah, this is the other side of the door where that switch was. His end. And this area is kind of, at the end here, it's kind of open, but all we have to do is just get to the base, which is on the other side, and that's it. Yeah, and another thing about the homing attack I didn't mention is that it has a lot more vertical range where we can aim stuff up higher easily. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll be able to show it off exactly. But I know one part where I can easily show it off. Well, I guess right here is kind of good, because look, up there, that enemy was up kind of higher than me Sonic just kind of went straight up towards him. So it can help you, and it is kind of a nice benefit to have sometimes. Thanks to where you just being up higher, having the homing attack take you up higher, can be nice. Especially help you reaching higher pathways, even though I don't know how many opportunities you'd get that in. But anyway, so there it is. Expecting it to be in the middle, but not on top. But yeah, and grinding on rails here. I never really talked much about the grinding on rails yet, and that wasn't supposed to happen. And because the idea is that I was supposed to bounce in the direction where the spring was pointing towards, not go right through it. But that can happen sometimes. Even in like a later stage, that can sometimes happen. But yeah, luckily I don't need to kill all these enemies. I just need to get to the end. Well, I'm definitely not getting an A or an S rank on this stage. And just press X on the ARC on your kill two will go faster. And grinding is kind of fast in this game, but not as fast as you would think it would be. But it's still pretty cool. And just press SX, you can spin around to go faster with nothing compared to the how it was in Sonic Heroes, where it just looked like it was dancing on the rail. And I'll talk more about the rail grinding later. By later, I mean in the next stage. But first we got some cutscenes.
Just made it.
So that's our first B rank. I'm honestly surprised it took this far to get to it. But it doesn't really make a difference. This isn't an all S rank run.
You're late. Well, we had to deal with your little pets.
Where's Elise?
My, aren't we impatient?
Sonic!
You better not move. Now, the Chaos Emerald. Place it there.
Huh? What?
It's no use. It's too powerful for you to overcome. Now, allow me to introduce you to my latest creation. This is the Solaris prototype. With this machine, I'll be able to control the flow of time itself. Rest assured, they're not dead. Yet. They've just been teleported by my glorious invention to another time. Who knows where they'll end up? It could be in the distant past or far future. But my machine still requires some fine-tuning. In fact, what my machine needs in order to be complete is your power.
My power?
Yes, I can finally complete my plans, now that I have the Chaos Emeralds and you, the Princess of Soliana. That's all I need to revive the flames of disaster. And with its power, I will be able to control everything and rule the world. So, you would be wise to remain on my good side.
In that cutscene there, you can see Eggman's eyes. So it's one of the only few times where you can actually see it.
Boy, do I feel dizzy. Where are we?
Oh, look who's here. I didn't expect to see you guys.
Rouge! Shadow!
Hi, long time no see.
This is the distant future, far removed from our own timeline.
The future? Then that means Eggman's machine can control time.
Eggman's got some nerve dropping us here.
Now, how can we get back to our own time?
You need a space-time rift, but this requires a lot of energy. I see. You mean using your chaos control will... Yes, but that alone is insufficient. Okay, Shadow. It looks like we need to work together.
So now we're in the far future, well, everything's destroyed and it's called Crisis City. And this is where I'll be talking more about the rail grinding, but not in this first part here, because this first part is like from the start of White Acropolis, is a snowboarding section here, and it's no orange ramps. You just gotta make your jumps like parts where you think is a ramp. Yeah. And so it's just all this stuff in slow down here. And God, man, you have to be very precise to be like perfectly lined up to land on the rails. At least none of them are mandatory. You can completely ignore the rails and clear the stage just fine. I mean, yeah, this point kind of looks like a special stage of some Sonic 2 because it's like a half pipe. But no, oh man, I thought I had that one, but I definitely have this one because it's much easier to get on the rails from the ground. Because you don't have to time your jumps in mid-air and just guess. Sometimes the item box there and what was the point of those dash pads when we didn't go on them? Well, like the idea for that is like you get off the snowboard and go on the giant loop-de-loop and transition into the next area. Even though they completely cut it out. Even though it would have been cool if they did that for Sonic's the way that is. The reason I say that is because we'll be seeing it again in a different story. So now here we are with the rail grinding again, and in order to jump from rail to rail, you have to manually jump off and land on them, and Sonic can also homing attack rails. So that can also kind of help, but it can be a little annoying when there are other enemies around. But well, for the most part, it's done well enough here to where it doesn't get in the way. So all these enemies I could just skip, but just take them on it. One of them on anyways, because there's a checkpoint back here. And this creature is a thing called Iblis creatures. So I could, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm not too familiar with all the enemies in this game. But what I do know is that there's quite a bit of rail grinding in this. Somehow the stage made it into Generations, which not myself would have been the stage to include in Generations, but I'm getting ahead of myself here because I don't want to talk about Generations yet. I want to talk about this game, and because Generations will be the next Sonic game I'm doing, and you probably noticed the trend by now because Since it's Sonic's 30th anniversary, I figured why not do most of the games that were released around on its anniversary, previous anniversaries, such as Adventure 2, which I already did up for its, since when it was its 10th anniversary. And now I'm doing 06, which is this, which was the 15th anniversary. Which yeah, don't yeah, and oh yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that, but and then next would be Generations, which was for the 20th anniversary. But I'm not gonna be doing Generations right after this. I'm gonna be doing Halo 5 Guardians after this, then Generations. So, yeah. And now we're coming to another loading screen. Because this stage for Sonic, that is, has 4 load screens. One to loading snowboarding thing, one to load the platforming, one to load this next part, and one for the final part. Which, I've counted it out, I think those arrows right there, they come like every 10 times or something before it goes on to the loading time's done. Which, that doesn't mean it takes 10 seconds. I think it takes like 15 seconds. And I think I've heard someone say that the PS3 version has less bug glitches, but it has longer load times, but I'm not entirely sure if that's true or not. But I wasn't close enough to the Lightspeed Dash that time, and this part he was in a tornado that is flying us through the city pretty fast. Here, and if you fall off, you just stay float. Your death animation's just kind of at the bottom, acting like you're falling into a bottomless pit, and you just don't fall. It's kind of funny, but buggy at the same time. And now, for the most part, the section's over, and now on to the final part, after all this wall jumping stuff. So, we count this here. 1, 2, count it in sync with the now loading. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. For the most part, it's around 10 to 11. And, oh boy, now in the Mach Speed section, which has a ton of opportunities to do Lightspeed dashing, which is pretty good here, but for the most part, definitely a better spot meant for Lightspeed dashing than the Wave Ocean part, but oh god, yeah, this one's getting to be kind of annoying where the camera turns around and faces the tornado. Oh, and controls kind of reverse a bit, where your left and right ones do. And one part that kind of sucks about these Mach Speed sections is that when you jump, you can't really turn. Yeah, you can't turn at all, because you can't turn unless you land on the ground. So that kind of sucks. But luckily it's over, and you can be as far to the left or to the right, to the going as you can, and still get it. So at least you have that. At least you won't run past it. And there's tons of slowdown here. But yeah, big spot because of the tornado in the background there. But at least it'll be over in a second. And there we go. Hopefully we don't have any more of that loading screens or result screens that slow down like that again. And now Shadow's episode is available because we ran to do him.